Alright, y'all. I don't know what the heck happened to my page. But I'm here. I'm gonna send out a quick notice really fast. I don't know what happened. It just like went away randomly. But I'm here. So let me just try to fix that really quick. I don't know what's going on. My thing just like went completely away. But here I am. I got my keyword back to being set up. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can find this video. Here I am. I think. No. Good Lord. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Alright, but I have my my ink all spread out, okay? I do want a mix of the white and the blue. Here we go. I'm so sorry. Let's see if we can. Hi, Mom. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my thing. I don't know, but here I am. So we're just gonna mix all of this color. Okay, these two, the cadet and the bright white, as we go. I think I may need a little bit more cadet on here. So I wasn't feeling great earlier, and I told Chris that I didn't know if I was going to do a live tonight, and then I decided to, and now I'm wondering if there was a reason I was not wanting to do my live tonight, because my internet's acting funny. But hopefully it will stick around long enough for me to finish. This one shouldn't take much. It did kind of scare me. My Cricut heat press didn't want to turn on whenever I first was going to start. But I unplugged it. So if yours gives you an error code, just Google the error code and it should give you instructions on how to try and fix it before you have to contact customer service. And I'm sure mine is out of warranty. I'm positive that it is, but I think maybe it might have just been too cold in the room, which is silly because it's an iron. It shouldn't have an issue with that, but you know. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more ink around the edges here. And my white ink is super thick. That's a little concerning, but I guess it's okay. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's just because it's extremely cold in this room, but still a little worrisome. All right. Now, let me see if I can come back here. Okay. All right. Now, I'm trying to be careful around the edges. I don't want to go over. I did accidentally drop a tiny drop of blue ink over here, like a big old dodo head. I'm going to go. So whenever I go inside in a minute, I'm going to I used a baby wipe to clean up the most of it that I could. But whenever I go back in, I will, or actually I think I have some alcohol out here. I'll take some alcohol to it and see if I can't fix it with alcohol. And if it can't be fixed with alcohol, as we know, it can't, just like other things in life, it may not be fixable and I might just have a little issue. But I could always take a little snowflake or something and add it to each side to fix it. Okay, so I think I'm good. I'm pretty sure I'm good. Now I'm gonna just make sure I don't have any ink on my hands. Okay. Hi, Sandra. Yeah, it is so cold. This room is freezing. Well, it's not so cold anymore, thank God, in here. But I didn't have my heat turned up. I had it on the lowest setting because I don't like it to get too hot in here. And with it being warmer lately, it was getting a little hot in here. And so now I'm trying to blast the heat to warm up this room real quick because it is cold. It is literally freezing in here. So I am seeing that I have a problem with my E, which I'm going to go ahead and heat set this really quick, and then I'll show you how we can come back and set this back down and get a few of these spots that we missed, okay? Because there are a few places that I definitely need to fix. So I think the problem is that my ink was a little cold. I probably should have tried to heat it up or grabbed a new one before doing this project. So if you have a problem where your ink is super thick, you probably want to mix it. I don't know if you can add water to it. I'll have to look into that and find out for you. Hi, Lori. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not frozen either. But it's pretty fitting for this shirt to say literally frozen, and then my thing freezes up and drops me completely. I don't know what happened. All right, so I'm using my heat press on 350 degrees for 30 seconds. Oh, shoot. Y'all, I'm screwing up. Look, I'm out here messing up the world, okay? Just try not to watch it burn is what I should be doing, but that's not what I'm doing because my ink mat is in here. Luckily, this is the ink mat that I have already done this once with. What is wrong with me? I think I have a cold, maybe. And I might have a cold brain. I don't know. Or it's this weather messing with me. But it's still okay, all right? It's still super sticky. So I'm going to set that over there for a second. Sorry, I'm losing my mind here, obviously. Okay, now I'm going to come back and I'm going to heat set the top half. And y'all just pretend like that didn't happen, okay? Just ignore that. I did not heat set that, okay? Just act like it didn't happen and we'll carry on. Now, it's okay though. I've already done it once to that ink mat. I mean, I wouldn't recommend continuing to do it all the time, but obviously it still works, okay? So it's fine. Now, I have this heat set, and as you can see, there's the E right here. You can sort of see it. Oh, you know what? I think it was white, but it just didn't get set all the way down very well. And then there's a couple other places that are not great. So I'm actually, let me show you. So this is my little dish mat here. Okay, that's a lot of ink on there, but we're gonna clean it real quick so that I can show you how you can come back and just lay it back down and ink right again, okay? And make it look perfect. So, lots of water on there. And as always, I do want to be careful because this is ink, okay? It's not paste, it's not washable. And I'm not trying to get it on my sweater, so hopefully I can be careful. Now I am taking a baby wipe to the front side of this just to get off any excess, okay? Because this is a whole lot of ink on here. And it's not going to do my board eraser any favors as I try to clean it, okay? So I'm just lightly going over the front. Now I don't recommend using a baby wipe on the back side of your transfer. Hi Stephanie, how are ya? Because it's going to leave a bunch of lint on there, okay? And it's not good for it. But you can use it on the front to clean it a little bit if you don't have access to a sink. Now I do always recommend that you just go to a sink. But if you're in a place like I am right now where you don't have immediate access to a sink, this is always a way that you can clean your transfer. So now normally I would be running it under a sink of water. And all of this ink that's getting stuck here would be running down the sink. But because I don't have a sink, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, now I did bring out another second dish mat because I just put ink down on there and it's just gonna keep transferring back and forth. And it's not gonna help me at all. So I'm gonna spray this one more time. I flipped it over now to get the ink off the back. And here we go. And it's coming off there pretty effortlessly. Okay. And then there's a lot of ink on the front still. So let me just see what I can do to clean that up. Now, I do want to get it completely clean because I want to set it back down on my shirt. And again, the best way to do this is in a sink, okay? Definitely don't recommend using this method without a sink, but it is possible to clean it without a sink. It's just a pain. Or a big bowl of water would work great. Every time I do this, I tell myself I need to bring a bowl out here that I can put water in on a regular basis. I never do it. You know, I don't know why. But here we are. So I've got Smurf fingers now. So let me try and clean my hands up. I think I did a decent job of cleaning this thing. So, and I've made a lot of mistakes tonight. So if I make mistakes, you can make mistakes and things can still turn out nicely. Now this is a fuzzing cloth. This one is very dirty or really stained more than anything. But I'm going to use the microfiber side, okay, to dry this entire transfer off, front and back. Okay, now what I'm going to want to do is I can stick it down onto the microfiber side and it won't get a bunch of fuzz on it, okay, if I do it like this. Oh. All right, now that transfer is clean. Now I just want to make sure that I get all of the ink or paste out of the silk screen, and that looks pretty darn good. And dry it completely before I move on. Now, here's my shirt. Remember this? It did turn out super cute, so I'm excited to wear this one. It does have a little spot over here. I might need to find a little snowflake I can add to this, or something that I can add to it to make it not show up so bad. But my ink mat, so to put an ink mat in, you're just going to lift up your shirt or whatever your fabric is and lay that bad boy in there and then gently push it down, okay? You don't want it to be stretched over that ink mat. You want it to just lay down flat, okay? Keep that in mind. Oh my God. Now, I'm going to take my transfer and I'm going to lay it back down and I'm just going to line it up with the whole design, okay? And I know the places that were not perfect. I'm aware of them. The E is one. And down here to the bottom, towards the bottom, I think it's just the white didn't take very well. Or maybe I didn't go heavy-handed enough with the white whenever I was mixing it. I don't know. But I'm going to re-push this down really well, okay? Now I've already heat set this. Make sure, hi Sharon, that whenever you're doing this, that you heat set in between, because if not, you could cause yourself a little bit of an issue here, okay? Now, I'm gonna get a whole new clean squeegee, brand new squeegee, and I'm gonna try this white. I don't know how well it's gonna work. It is very thick. I'm gonna just come back there And down here with the white. And let's just peel that up and see. Okay, that does look better. And I'm gonna get a little bit on this Y over here too. I'm just noticing. All right. Now, I want to come back and I want to heat set this one more time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ink mat out first. Oh, thank you, Sharon. You're so sweet. I love you. And I am so sorry. Oh my gosh. I feel like such a dodo head. I just, my heart is broken that thing broke in the mail. And I'm sorry about your order having issues, and I love you so much, and I appreciate you too. All right, so we're gonna reheat set this. So I just put my heat press right back down. Well, I love you so much, Sharon. Thank you for being here and just supporting me and all of that stuff, and I just love you. 350 for 30 seconds again, okay? We've already heat set it once, but we're gonna do it again. And then we're going to come up and do the top part again too, because we added ink up here too, okay? So I'm just going to move it up a little bit, another 350 for 30 seconds. That is heat set, it looks like. Yeah. It's good. Well, I love you, and I can't believe that the mailman broke that. It's very aggravating. Honestly, I can't believe that they could snap those simple shapes in half like that. I mean, it's kind of impressive, honestly. Okay, so here we are with our shirt. Y'all, how long did this shirt take? I don't know, 30 minutes with a screw up in between, okay? That is pretty impressive, if you ask me. And I also lost my whole live, so I had to reset that up. So less than 30 minutes, if we're being honest. Okay. So let me show you. It looks like my internet's having a problem again. I just want to close my inks over here because I'm afraid I'm going to get them everywhere if I don't. But look how cute this shirt is. Don't look at my little mess up right there. I'll have to see if I can find something to go over it. But look how cute that is. So you can comment the word freezing or freeze to get all the stuff to make this tonight. Okay, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful night. Happy Christmas Eve, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Good night.